Yo, how is it going? Please like, share, and follow, and please return for future content. And I love loyalty. Um, Welcome to my Premier League Matchday 32 predictions again. Um, yeah, starting actually on Wednesday. I'm assuming this is a rearranged match for Newcastle against Crystal Palace. My prediction is Newcastle will win this, probably one goal less than they beat Man United on Sunday, in which case yesterday. But I think Newcastle will have too much for Crystal Palace. So therefore, my prediction is Newcastle 3, Crystal Palace 1. Despite Crystal Palace's first-half effort at the Etihad. On to Saturday, we've got Brentford against Brighton. Realistically, with Brighton's current form, this could be 2-0 Brentford. But I'm going by what Brighton are capable of at their best. And I'm thinking, realistically, how wasteful they are, how unclinical they are. And with them a dead atmosphere for a lot of time against Leicester. Yeah. Brentford 1, Brighton 2. On to Crystal Palace against Bournemouth. I think with current form, Crystal Palace will nick this. I think we all know what Bournemouth are capable of and so on. Yeah, sure. But I think my prediction is going to be simple. A 2-1 win for Crystal Palace against a decent Bournemouth side. On to Everton against Man City. I think this is going to be a 2-2 draw. I think what has happened under David Moyes with Everton is fantastic for football. I think it's really impressive. So, yeah, I think they'll show Man City. I think, okay, their last 5 games at home haven't been great from Everton. But I think this is the kind of game that will get them motivated. The atmosphere will get them going 2-2. On to West Ham against Southampton. I think for West Ham, they need to redeem some of their really poor performances this season because they've been unacceptably poor consistently throughout the whole season. And now it's the time to show what they are capable of. So therefore, I think it's going to be West Ham 2, Southampton 0. On to Villa Park for Aston Villa against Newcastle. I think Aston Villa will nick this. A 5-goal thriller. I think Aston Villa have slightly too much Newcastle after Newcastle's midweek victory over Palace. So yeah, I think it's going to be Aston Villa 3, Newcastle 2. On to Sunday, on to Craven Cottage. Well, Fulham a couple of weeks ago beat Liverpool. Chelsea came back from 2-0 down to draw 2-2 against Ipswich. That shows where Chelsea are and where Fulham are. I think Fulham can win this game. I think they'll be up for it. Well, I know they'll be up for it, obviously, but yeah. Fulham 2, Chelsea 1. On to Ipswich. Ipswich against Arsenal. Arsenal will keep as much pressure on Liverpool. Liverpool slip up. But Arsenal do their part of the bargain in this game. With no disrespect to Ipswich. Ipswich 0, Arsenal 4. On to Old Trafford for Man United against Wolves. I felt an upset here, to be honest. Wolves, this kind of game, Wolves can actually get 3 points. Man United 1, Wolves 2. And on about Liverpool, with the Arsenal prediction, Liverpool surely won't slip up at Leicester. So my prediction is Leicester 0, Liverpool 3. Okay, Leicester drew and could have beaten a very, very poor Brighton. But look, they got a draw at the Amex. That should give them a bit of confidence. Though Brighton were that poor. Don't know how much confidence I would take if I was going to get relegated by drawing at Brighton. But yeah, anyway. On to Monday Night Football for Spurs against Forest. My prediction is Spurs 1, Nottingham Forest 3. Nottingham Forest are where they are in the Premier League for the table. Spurs are where they are in the Premier League for the table for a reason. And Spurs have been so poor. Is the Aussie going to be there next season? Probably not. It's not very good for Australian football having a manager being so poor. But at the same time, it's great for Australian football having a manager in the Premier League. And so, yeah, my prediction is going to be 3-1 Forest Row. On to Tuesday, I've got a couple of midweek predictions. Got Man City against Aston Villa. I think it's going to be a very good game. I think it's going to be 2-2. Back-to-back draw, 2-2 draws for Man City. And Aston Villa to back up their 3-2 win against Newcastle. A 2-2 draw at the Etihad on Tuesday. And also midweek, got Arsenal against Crystal Palace. My prediction for that is going to be Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 1. Now, locally, not many people have come across football predictions content, or at least not natural. I try to be as natural as possible and do them my way. And so yeah, and I think it's really good for someone who's got autism and slight learning difficulties to be able to do football predictions if they're obviously their passion is football. And I think it's good for the whole wider society on YouTube to support and encourage and so on. And I think also for other people, if I can do it, anyone can do it. So yeah. And I think loyalty is a very big thing for YouTubers, of course. And it's that personal connection. And yeah. And I'll try my best to give the best I can to people out there watching. So I thought I'd put this out there. But for now, I'm out. Thanks, bye.